Alright, what is poppin', guys? We are back on the Pokemon Showdown Team Builder for Pimp My Squad episode number 3. About to end this year off strong with 10 teams that are going to be turned into Lord Squads right before your very eyes. Also, if I do sound a bit differently, the reason is because I got a new headset. I upgraded myself a little bit, so let me know what you guys think about that. You know, we can always have a nice friendly conversation about my headset in the comments if you guys want, but this series is going really strongly. Really do appreciate the support from all of you, so we are going to continue with the traditional 10 teams per episode. I also want to ask you guys, do you want me to keep sticking to OU, which of course I am the best at when it comes to team building, or do you guys want me to branch out into the lower tiers? Like, it will still be, I guess, out of 10 teams, we'd still be editing 8 or 9 OU teams, and then let's say one or two of the last teams would be of a lower tier. Do you guys want me to do that, or would you prefer me to stick to OU for all 10 teams, since that is the tier that is most commonly played? I'll leave that up to you guys. Definitely I will accommodate for what the majority wants, but regardless, if you have a team that you'd like me to turn into a Lord Squad, go ahead and drop a pastebin of that team in the comments. Preferably let me know what you're having trouble with, and or what you'd want me to keep on the team for sure, and what is expendable. And if I have not used your team for a submission yet, do not worry, do not fret, do not be alarmed. This is probably a never-ending series, provided that, you know, the demand for the creation of Lord Squads will continue, hopefully. So if you guys left a submission on the last video and I have not used it yet, make sure you do drop that submission off in this video, because I do only take submissions from the newest video. And yeah, make sure you don't message me on Twitter for pimping your squads, because I did get a couple of those messages before of people sending me their teams, and they're asking me to use it for the Pimp My Squad. I'm like, all right, you know, you gotta be like everybody else. Leave your comment in the or leave your team in the comments of the latest Pimp My Squad video. So just make sure that, you know, you're submitting teams in the comments of this video. And, you know, feel free to also submit a new team. If you did submit an old team in like a previous one that I have not used yet, feel free to just, you know, submit me a new team. Like, anybody can submit. I'm not restricting anybody from submitting teams, but mainly it will be OU. But also, yeah, just let me know what you guys think about the new sort of, I guess, little tweak in the system, if you guys want that. If you're not, then I will just keep sticking to what this is going on right now. So anyways, I'm looking forward to hearing from you all in the comments, and without further ado, without delaying any further, let us commence this episode of Pimp My Squad. Here we go. Hopping into number 1. Team number 1 here is from Starblaze HD. We got here Megazard X, the Dragon Dancing set, pretty cool. We also got here a Ferrothorn, which is for rocks, Assault Vest Azumarill, very nice. Hoopa Unbound, of course, is a very big threat. Latios, Life Orb Defogger, pretty cool, and Scarf Drill with Toxic, which is interesting, pretty cool. Usually you'd see Rapid Spin. Not sure if I've seen these two together with Lati running Defog, that is, but let's see here. So we could definitely try to find some threats on this team, and I feel like Superior is a pretty big threat, just because of the fact that you see here, like Zard, for example, can switch it on a Leaf Storm, but then it dies to a Dragon Pulse. Like, you'd have to not Mega Evolve, I think, and I'm not sure how much. Well, plus 2 Dragon Pulse, or times 2 Dragon Pulse, would be doing a lot of damage with Life Orb, so. And plus, you'd have to make sure that you're at a good enough health. I think that's a pretty big threat. Talonflame is a pretty big threat as well, as you can probably see. I'm not really going to explain why they're threats, I'm just going to point them out from what I've noticed. Mega Lopunny is a threat, Pinsir is a threat, Mega Pinsir that is, and other Excadrills are a pretty big threat. So, I can definitely appreciate the nice Fire Water Grass core, nice Dragon Fairy Steel core. I think what we're going to do for this team to fix our weaknesses is we're going to keep the very interesting Dragon Fairy Steel core, and we are going to take out the Fire Water Grass core. I'll show you what I mean, but we're gonna keep Zardex because it's your Mega, right? We're gonna keep Azu, so I'm gonna move that to 2nd place right here. We're also gonna keep Hoopa, all right? So we're gonna keep Hoopa as well, and we're going to edit, or we're gonna play around with these last 3 members. So I really like the offensive presence of this team. Let us keep up the same offensive presence with the last members. So let's just delete this. Let us just delete that. And I'm sorry, Drill, goodbye. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna start off by adding another Stealth Rocker, right? Because we do need another Stealth Rocker. We're gonna add Garchomp here. So nice, powerful Rocky Helmet. So Rocky Helmet, Garchomp, Rough Skin, with the following EVs of let's say 232, 176, and 100 speed, with an impish nature, of course. So that's a nice, pretty standard Rocky helmet set, with a little extra speed over 1 point just to have priority on the Dragon Tail over other Garchomps. So put Dragon Tail here, and Earthquake, Fire Blast, and Rocks, of course, which is pretty much the basis of this set. Now, this of course will help us be less weak to, say, Talonflame. Can also be less weak to Mega Lopunny just because of the whole Rocky Helmet Rough Skin thing. Can check those kinds of Pokemon pretty nicely. Now, I also want to add a Skarmory for your Defogger. So we pretty much just replaced Ferrothorn for Garchomp as the Stealth Rocker, Lottie for Skarmory as the Defogger. And I'm just going to make this actually a Spadef set. I mean, it has really good defense anyways, so stuff like Mega Pinsir will still be checked, or even countered pretty well because it can switch in on returns pretty nicely. Whirlwind and Roost. Get that nice sturdy ability on here. And we can also just give this leftovers here. And I'm pretty sure we could just do a good old Spadef EV spread with a careful nature. So I think that is good. Hopefully I didn't miss anything, but the importable will be fine. If I do like somehow miss something when I'm editing the team on screen, don't worry, because the importable should most likely be complete with the right team. Because I did kind of plan this out in my mind, and I'm showing it to you all right now. So now basically this Skarmory here is going to be able to deal, like I said, with Mega Pinsir. Also Excadrill pretty nicely. Excadrill can't really touch this thing too much, and it can also, I guess, sort of, well, no, I'm not going to say it can check Serperior because of HP 5. Like Leaf Storm plus HP 5 is going to do a lot, plus we don't have anything to hit back with it. But the last Pokemon is actually going to be able to check Serperior very nicely. A much underrated threat that not a lot of people recognize too much. Scolipede, not like a baton passing Spike Scolipede or whatever that thing is. We're going to be going with a Life Orb, 3 attack Scolipede actually, which is going to be able to switch in on Leaf Storms with ease just because we are ×4 resistance to the grass move. So we're going to go with Speed Boost here with Mega Horn and Poison Jab. Nice. 2 main stab moves here. Earthquake, of course, to hit Heatrans and other stuff like that. Drills, etc. Protect. So we got that nice set there. I'm going to go with Max Attack, Max Speed, 4 Defense, and I think that is it. Oh no, Nature, Adamant Nature. Adamant's pretty good just because we do have Protect. I mean, Jolly is fine, provided we don't have Protect, because you'll have a good enough speed to outrun, you know, Keldeos and stuff like that if you want, but, you know, because we have Protect, we can run Adamant, we can afford to run the Max Attack Nature. So that's what I got for this team. It does cover the old weaknesses that we did have, and I mean, even though we didn't keep the Fire Water Grass core, like I didn't think it was needed. We had a really good core by itself with the whole Charizard, Azu, Hoopa, you know what I mean? So this is definitely great. I like the EV spread here. It's pretty nice for, I'm thinking it's like for taking Hydro Pumps better from Rotom Wash. We do have that Azu here. Azu's pretty good. Nothing to change there. Hoopa is I don't think there's anything to change with Hoopa either. Pretty good. And then we just added a Chomp, Skarmory, and Scolipede to get rid of the old weaknesses that we had. So hope you enjoyed this team. I was playing around with it before, and it was working really well for me. So let me know if you have any questions, bro. And without further ado, let us hop on to the next team. Alright, and our second team here is from Automatic. We got here Mega Medicham, very cool Pokemon. We got T-Tar, so it is a Scarftar, and we also got Scarf Keldeo. So dual Scarfs alongside Mega Medicham. Alright, Chestnut, interesting Heatran for Rocks, and Gengar, which is, I guess, a spin blocker, because we do have Rocks and Spikes, both offensive Pokemon too. So I don't really see Hazard Control. I mean, I could probably restructure it for you in a way where you don't need Hazard Control, but let's check out some of the threats here. So some of the threats, definitely Alakazam and Mega Alakazam are really big threats to your team. I don't really see anything at all that can deal with it. Keldeo is another threat because of the fact that Chestnut gets 2-hit KO'd by Specs Icy Wind, plus Scald Burns are just way too easy for Keldeo. Garchomp can be a threat as well because you know, Fire Blast hits Chestnut really hard. Mega Gallade is also a pretty big threat, I think. Azumarill is also a really big threat as well. Azu is actually a huge threat. Mega Diancie is also a pretty big threat as well. I mean, we do have some threats here, but we can definitely make this team better. I am here for the sole purpose of helping everybody out. So let us pimp this squad. So I think the first thing we can do, I think to deal with Mega Diancie better, you know what we can do actually? We can actually make Medicham a Diancie check. So what we can do here is we can make this Adamant Nature. We can change this Ice Punch into a Bullet Punch. So we're still hitting, you know, the fairy types, the dragon fairies like Mega Altaria, but we are now also able to one-shot Mega Diancie, I think, after Fake Out or after Rocks, or maybe even without those. But Bullet Punch here would be nice. Adamant Bullet Punch, and I don't know why you have Telepathy. Mega Pure Power, pretty good. It doesn't matter, but since you're Megaing anyway. But I like to keep it Pure Power all the time. But anyways, Mega Medicham here now is able to check Mega Diancie, which is great. Adamant Nature is going to give you a much higher attack stats, so you know you'll be doing a lot more damage with high jump kicks than headbutt. And you know, the nice priority is very useful, especially versus offensive teams. Offensive teams, I guess kind of dislike the whole Bullet Punch thing because their Pokemon get whittled down quickly on offensive teams. Bullet Punch just cleans up, and that's really useful, especially if you're getting closer. You know, you need it as a win condition, so it's very nice. Now let's see here. So here's what we're gonna do, right? I think what we can do is let's keep T-Tart and let's keep Gengar. So we have to get rid of these threats now, but we have to sort of restructure the team a little bit. Not too much though. Similar roles, I guess, but I think it'll be fine. So we'll keep these guys. We'll keep these guys for sure. Let's say goodbye to Keldeo, Chestnut, and Heatran. I mean, I'm definitely keeping your Mega for sure and these two Pokemon. I like the offensive core or synergy going on with these Pokemon. Very cool indeed. And what we can do first is add a very interesting, not gonna say interesting Pokemon because you see it a lot, but interesting sort of set. We're gonna go Manaphy here. Now the reason I'm going Manaphy is because the set that I'm gonna give you is able to deal with not only Keldeo, also Garchomp, also Mega Gallade, because, well, if provided it hasn't set up yet. Even if it has, it can still live a +2 close combat. Can deal with Azu pretty nicely, I guess. The non-Belly Drum versions. I mean, if it's Belly Drum, you're going to have to burn. You're gonna have to burn with Scald. If it's Banded, you can easily beat it with Manaphy. And it can also beat Mega Diancie to an extent as well, provided you set up with Calm Mind. Oh, I already revealed the set. My bad. Alright, so it's gonna be a Calm Mind set, and it's gonna be very cool because of the fact that oftentimes this set is very underlooked, or overlooked. Very overlooked. And I will show you guys right now. So let me just add the moves here. Leftovers for the nice regeneration of my health. And look at this defense here. I want to just show you guys this defense. Check this out. 320. This is a base 100 defense, but it's 325 defense, 404 HP. This Pokemon is a tank. This Pokemon takes 48% from Mega Gallade's close combat. This thing is amazing. Amazing Pokemon. Yeah, so 16 speed is good just to beat Adam and Bisharp. So we have this Pokemon here. Like I said, it will deal with those threats that I have mentioned, and it fits really well with the team. Just looking at the team, has good synergy overall. I'm not disappointed with this Pokemon at all. I've been playing around with it actually, and it's been doing fairly well. Not even fairly well. It's been doing really well. A lot of teams are unprepared, or they're more prepared for, I guess, Tailwheel and Manaphy, because those are the more common sets. Calm Mind is very underrated, very underlooked, overlooked. I keep whatever. I keep mixing those words up. Anyways, now what I want to do is actually give you a Pokemon that can help you check Alakazam, and that Pokemon I believe is Gliscor. So we got Gliscor here. This is a Toxic Orb set, and it has a Poison Heal, of course, pretty standard. Spadef Gliscor, Spadef Swords Dance Gliscor. It's a pretty common set, I guess, nowadays. The only little twist here is that because I took Ice Punch away from Mega Medicham, instead of knockoff, I'm gonna actually add Ice Fang, and this will not only make up for the loss of coverage we had on Medicham, it will also beat other Gliscors too. With Ice Fang, you can also beat other Gliscors, and it also does damage to other Pokemon as well. So A lot of Pokemon can be taken by surprise from an Ice Fang, especially if it's from a Pokemon that usually does not run an Ice move. So we're gonna go with a Careful Nature here. We're gonna go with a 244. Gonna go 8, 200. Look at that nice Spadef, pretty decent, and I guess 56 speed is good. Hit that nice 240 to outrun Bisharp's Adamant Brilooms. Yeah, also because of the fact that, you know, a lot of sets run Earthquake knockoff, nothing really to hit a Breloom, right? With those coverage, but now we have Ice Fang here, so that can actually hit Breloom for super effective damage. So we got that. So Gliscor, Manaphy, good combination together. We are lacking on the Stealth Rocks, but looking at this team right now, we aren't too weak to hazards as we were before. I mean, before we had like Keytran, Chestnut and stuff. I mean, those are kind of weak to hazards, but we have Manaphy here. Good recovery, not really weak to hazards. I mean, it does take full damage from rocks, you know, normal damage from rocks and spikes and stuff, but we have recovery on it. And we also have Gliscor here, which has Poison Heal, and that, I mean, I don't see it really being hazard weak at all. So some teams, I mean, depending on the team, you don't really need hazard control, but a lot of teams or many teams do. But I think for this one, you don't really need it. Now, the last Pokemon, we're going to have a Stealth Rocker. So I think what I'm going to do here is add another Pokemon that is not hazard weak, and that is Magikarp Clefable, which is really good in this tier, of course. I mean, it's pretty standard. Nothing really too special about it. This is a Stealth Rocker, not Ability Calm. Ability Magic Guard. Moonblast, Thunderwave, Soft Boiled, and Stealth Rocks. Nice. And now, just add the EVs here. 172 and 84. With a Calm Nature. So basically this Pokemon here will help you check a lot of those fighting types in the tier. Calm Nature. So we got this Pokemon here for setting up rocks. It's good because it does help you versus I guess Garchomp, as well as it can check Keldeo, check Lopunny, check Gallade. I mean, it's got T-Wave, so you pretty much check a lot of Pokemon that you can just live and paralyze, heal up, Moonblast and stuff like that. So I mean, this is a pretty cool team. I mean, I guess the only sort of threat now that is remaining is probably Manaphy, which you can still play around. I mean, I did try this team out a lot. The reason I'm posting this version of the team is because it did get a lot of wins. It actually did get a lot of wins. Not gonna lie, very cool team indeed. Versus Manaphy, I would just, in order to play around it, like say if it's Tail Wheel Manaphy, Clefable can still check it, T-Wave it. If it's Rain Dance Manaphy, your own Manaphy can sort of, I mean, I guess it could kind of deal with it to an extent, as long as it doesn't have Energy Ball. Otherwise, you're gonna have to like check it with Gengar. If it's like Calm My Manaphy, which is like as underrated as the one I'm using right now, you have to like not get burned pretty much. But I mean, it's not bad at all. Not a bad team. Very powerful team. I did get a lot of angry people when I faced this, when I used this team against them, especially when they were up against the Combine Rain Dance Skull Manaphy. This thing is so hard to kill, but I hope you enjoy this team. It definitely worked out for me, and I hope it works out for you as well. And this Medicham is so strong with that Adamant Nature. Definitely you'll get more kills with this thing. And yeah, use it wisely, use it well. And without further ado, this is the team, and on to the next one. Alright, so our third team here today is from Jasmine. We got here Mega Scizor, SD Mega Scizor. We got here Lando T for rocks, Thundurus for not Nasty Plot, but T-Wave 3 attacks, Kyurem Black, Life Orb attacker, just like Thundurus, Azu, which is a Choice Bandit set, very powerful, got a nice little EV spread there to be faster than other stuff, and Hoopa Unbound, which is a Choice Scarf user. Not too often do you see a special Choice Scarf set, but I mean, I guess it could work sometimes with Trick, pretty cool. Now, let's see some of the threats here. Not too many threats, to be honest. I mean, there is Magnezone, which is definitely a threat, of course, because Magnezone's a threat, I think. I mean, you have like Hoopa, but you just get Volt switched on. Lando can't really switch into Flash Cannons. Thundurus, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit mag weak, little bit superior weak as well. Maybe against Special Jump with like you know, Stealth Rocks, Draco Meteor, Earthquake, Fire Blast, those kinds of sets. But I think the team's biggest issue is that there isn't really any hazard control. I feel that's the biggest downfall, especially since you have Thundurus, you have Kyurem Black, and they're pretty weak to rocks. So I think you need some sort of hazard control, because I mean, like, I would expect maybe Scizor would have been hazard control, but I mean, we can definitely fix the team for sure. That's what I'm here for. But I think what we can do is let's remodel this so that we can, I guess, cover up the very few threats we have to this team, and let us patch up our stealth rock weakness in the process. So here's what we're gonna do first. Here's what we're gonna do. Now, the first thing that I want to do, actually, I'm looking at this team. I have some genius ideas for this team. Trust me, this team will end up being cash. This team will be pimped into a way where the god of this team, the godness in this team, the lordness in this team will shine. I'm gonna add. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna give Rocky Helmet first. I have to add Rocky Helmet. I see a Lando T, I have to add Rocky Helmet. It's just the most fun item to use for this kind of team. Let's see here. This might be a little too fast. You want to be a little slower than the U-turners. You want to be a little bit slower than the other Landers, especially when they U-turn. Alright, so 248. Yeah, we're good with it. We're good with this. Now, here's what I'm gonna do, right? We're gonna change a couple things. This Hoopa, alright, we're gonna change into a Life Orb set. Alright, we're gonna change this Hoopa into Life Orb first of all, because Life Orb Hoopa is just a much more potent threat than, much more powerful threat than Scarf, Special Scarf, or I guess Mixed Scarf. Alright, we already had Drain Punch and Gunk Shot. With the following EVs, we're gonna edit this right here. So 160 attack, 96 special attack. It's a pretty standard set, pretty standard indeed. Now, Azu, I think we can give it 88 in HP and this much speed. The reason I gave it this much speed is because I believe that Bandit Azus are set to 177. So I'm giving it 178 so that we'd be 1 point faster than not Bandit Azu, sorry, Belly Drum Azu. We'd be 1 point faster than Belly Drum Azu so that we can outrun it with Play Rough, knock it out after it uses Belly Drum, live Aqua Jet in case it ever goes for that. But I like this spread a lot for Bandit Azu. Definitely takes a lot of Pokemon by surprise that think they are faster. Now, let's see here. Because we took out Choice Scarf on this Hoopa, I want to make up for that by giving you Choice Scarf Kyurem Black. Alright, this is a genius idea. I'll show you why. Yeah, like you'll see the last edit that I do for this team, the very last edit for this team, and your jaw will drop. Your jaw will literally drop because you'll realize that what I'm doing right now is gonna make a lot of sense. Alright, so Fusion Bolt, Ice Beam, with the following EV spread of, we'll give it Naive Nature, we'll give it Max Attack, 32, 224. Alright, so we got that, right? We got Choice Scarf Kyurem Black. Now, what do I want to do? I want to keep, oh yeah, right. We need Hazard Control. We need Hazard Control, so I'm replacing Thunderous for Lottie. Easy way, it's just an easy fix here to give us some nice defog. So we're gonna go Draco Meteor. We don't really need Psyshock on this because we do have a Hoopa to beat Mega Venusaur as well as the Kyurem Black. So we can, alright, and yeah, so we can just go Thunderbolt here because that also beats Keldeo as well. Defog and Healing Wish. Alright, nice. Now, standard spread. Nothing really to explain there. Standard EV spread on Life Orb Defog Lottie. And so we got so Life Orb Hoopa, Bandit Azu with that nice edited EV spread, Scarf Kyurem Black, Life Orb Lottie, Rocky Helmet, Lando T, and now the edit of the century. Here we go, right? Same EV spread, almost the same moves, alright? We're gonna keep Swords Dance, we're gonna keep Bullet Punch, we're gonna keep U-Turn, and we're gonna keep Roost, and instead of U-Turn, boom, Baton Pass. Now why Baton Pass? Let's look back at the team here. We got a Scarf Kyurem Black, right? SD plus, it doesn't even matter if this thing gets burned now. SD, Baton Pass into this, and you beat Unaware Quag with this thing. Like, it doesn't matter. We got Terravolt here. Very cool indeed. SD, Baton Pass into Lando. We got a defensive Lando that's at like +2 attack. Very threatening Pokemon. SD baton pass into Azu, and you got a ×4 attack Azu. Oh no, ×3. Still very powerful. So I've been testing this team out, and you get a lot of surprise kills with the baton pass here, and that's why I thought it was really clever with the Scarf Kyurem, especially if you want to like sweep a team and they don't really have much for a Scarf Kyurem, and the only real thing is that it's not powerful enough to knock out certain Pokemon. SD pass into it, and you just spam Dragon Claw or Outrage or whatever, and you have Healing Wish here too. Like, this is a good thing, right? Let's say a Pokemon or a win condition gets statused or burned or something. It doesn't. You need that Pokemon, and it doesn't really matter because you have Healing Wish, and there it is. So hope you enjoy this team. That's all I got for this, and we got rid of the Hazard weakness. We got rid of the threats that we had on this against this team. So yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got for this. So I hope you enjoy this team, and let us go ahead and hop into the next one. I'm just double checking real quick just to make sure everything is good. Ah, right. The nature on Kyurem. I almost forgot that. So we have to go Naive Nature here. Naive Nature. I did fix that. So if you already posted a comment that I didn't fix it, delete that comment. Yeah, I think we're good. Just double check here, and yeah, I think we're fine. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the next team, and I will see you guys there. Alright, and we got our next team here from Kujibiki57. Hope I said that right. If not, then I apologize. We got here a defensive Jellicent, very underrated Pokemon in the OU tier, not bad. We got a Tyranitar, Scarftar, so we got Mega Venusaur as well. Latios, which is a Defogger, Conkeldurr, which is a Life Orb attacker, pretty cool. And Heatran, which is an Air Balloon Stealth Rocker. Alright, with an offensive Air Balloon Stealth Rocker, not bad. Now, the request was, of course, to keep Jellicent, and I'm definitely going to 100% keep that. Let us keep Mega Venusaur. Actually, wait. Let me go over the threats here. I was going to say, we're going to keep Mega Venusaur because it is your Mega. But let's see the threats here. The threats are definitely Alakazam. Regular and Mega both are threats to this team. Mega Gallade's a threat. SD Gliscor I can see is a threat. Gyarados, Life Orb Excadrill. Diggersby is a pretty big threat. I mean, you don't see it too often. A Toxicroak as well, but mainly Alakazam, Gallade, Gliscor, Gyarados, and Drill are what we have to focus on right now. I'm just listing whatever comes to mind, regardless of how common or not they are used. But just keep in mind that not every team of 6 Pokemon can't beat all the other Pokemon out there. They can only beat the most. Well, we're only going to try to focus on beating the most common Pokemon and try to make it the best team we can. So we are going to keep Jellicent, we are going to keep Venusaur, we are going to keep Heatran. So let's move this here, move this here. Now, let's see what we're going to do. So I think what we can do is, let's take out this, let's take out this, and let's take out this. So we're going to keep these 3 Pokemon. I love this this nice water, grass, fire, water, grass core. So what we're going to do first is we are going to keep this the exact same way it is. The reason why I wanted to take out T-Tar in the first place was because I don't really like T-Tar alongside Mega Venusaur. Reason is because your synthesis is now like you recover a lot less HP when the sand is up. So I felt that was conflicting a little bit. I want to run a Chople Berry on this actually. I think Chople Berry is going to be pretty interesting, especially to, I guess, check Mega Gardevoir a lot better, and other fighting type Pokemon where you would probably die from, you can still check them now with the Chople Berry. One-time use, of course, so keep in mind. Now, let's start off with a Defogger here. Alright, a Defogger that would be good, that would beat Alakazam, that would beat, I guess, also Gyarados, can beat Drill, can beat Gallade, I think, is Mandibuzz. Very underrated Pokemon. I mean, not very underrated, like you see it often. It is actually the best Hoopa counter in the game right now. And look at a Rocky Helmet. Rocky Helmet, of course, I love those on defensive roosting Pokemon, or just defensive Pokemon in general that punish with that punish people that try to go for U-turn and stuff like that. So we're gonna go with the foul play here. We're gonna go with Roost. Gonna go with Taunt. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Gonna go with Defog. And yeah, just go for the nice EV spread here of that, 108, sorry, and 16 speed. Now, Bold Nature, of course, will be good here in this scenario, as it has really good defenses overall. Has a good typing in the sense that it's immune to Psychic, it can resist Ghost. It's an all-around good Pokemon, can check a lot of things in the game. Good defense with Rocky Helmet, punishes Pokemon, and it's a defogger on top of that too. And it doesn't let Pokemon set up SD or any attacking Pokemon. It does a lot of damage too with Foul Play. And it taunts too, and it roosts. Like, this Pokemon's great. Mandibuzz is awesome. I mean, it's fat, but it's great. I like this Pokemon. Out of like every defensive Pokemon, this is one of my favorites. Mandibuzz. Just so much fun to use. But I think now what we can do is actually add a Pokemon that can check, I guess, an additional Pokemon to check Alakazam, Gallade. I mean, Mandibuzz also beats Mandibuzz also beats SD Gliscor, by the way, in case you guys didn't know that. So that's another thing. That's another thing there. So what I can do now, I think, is what we can do is add a Lando T. Choice Scarfed, I felt would be really good for this team. With Earthquake, Stone Edge, pretty standard set here. I mean, nothing really special about that. And Max Attack, 4 Defense, Jolly. I believe this is the proper set. Nice. And this, of course, would allow you to check pretty much what I said, as well as just it checks a lot of Pokemon. Scarflando is a really good Pokemon, used very often, but it lives up to its name. Very good Pokemon indeed. Now, the last Pokemon I want to add is a Pokemon that will help you, I guess, stop setup sweepers. I did say that you were a bit weak to... Well, I think this last Pokemon is generally just for helping the team overall, I guess. I mean, I was gonna add a Clefable here, but not like the Magikarp set. I was gonna add the Leftovers Unaware Clefable, because of the fact that it stops setup sweepers, especially, yeah, because of Unaware. Like, nothing more to say than that. And it has Heal Bell, good for the team. Wish Protect. I feel like this your team would really benefit from a Pokemon like this. And I mean, it's good. It's a good Pokemon. Clefable is not really, I guess, it's not really like the most favorite Pokemon in the game, but it puts in work, and as long as it puts in work for the team, I'm happy to include it. And I mean, this team is not stall. This team is definitely not stall. It's more balanced. It's definitely a balanced team, because we have Scarflando, offensive Venusaur, offensive Tran, and that's what I got. Yeah, I think that's all for this team. I think all our weaknesses, or most of our weaknesses at least, are covered. Let me know what you think. If you have any problems with this team, let me know, of course. And I tested it out a bunch. It was working really well, and good win-loss ratio. And that's all I got here. Definitely props for using Jellicent. It's one of my well, not one of my favorite Pokemon, but one of the Pokemon that I actually won some tournaments with. Jellicent. It was a Specs Jellicent though. Very fun Pokemon, but Jellicent in general is cool. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for this team. Let us hop on to team number 5, I think. Are we on team number 5 now? Yeah, we are. I think so. Yep. So let's go on to the next team. Alright, so we got team number 5 from IQ Gamer. Alright, cool. So we got here Mega Diancie. We got, a Combine set. Nice. Interesting. Magnezone, which is a choice spec set to trap stuff, I guess, for Mega Diancie, like steel types. Chansey. Okay, Stealth Rocker, Scarf Keldeo, and Scarf Lando T, double Scarfers there, and Lottie for defogging. All right, I can accept that. Now let's see. I think we don't have too many threats. Actually, we don't actually have many threats. I mean, I can kind of see Gengar as a threat, maybe Azu if you can't play around it too well. But I think the main thing for this team. is mainly just restructuring a little bit. Not in terms of Pokemon, but in terms of EVs, like Diancie's EVs, for instance. Yeah, run Max, and Force Spadef with same moveset's fine. Perfect. Yep, I like that. And let's see here. Let's change Chansey, actually. You know what we can do? I have a really good idea. I have a pretty interesting idea. So here's what we're gonna do. We have a Choice Scarf user already, right? So why not replace Lando for Rocky Helmet Lando with rocks, right? And that way, you don't need a Chansey, right? You don't need Chansey with rocks because you have Lando. You don't need double scarf. I think we can just go with that. And yeah, the moveset's fine with 248. Sorry, I went over the EV spread limit. I'm going to fix that right now. And 416. It's a this is one speed lower than the actual standard set, but I mean, I sometimes set it as this just to be slower than other standard Rocky Helmet Lando sets, so that my U-turn can go last, so they can take Rocky Helmet damage. But yeah, this is fine. Nature, of course, cannot forget that. We got here Impish Nature, so we can give this rocks. Let's make some heat. Let's make some heat here. Let's change this Pokemon into Snorlax. We're gonna make Snorlax on this team. Nice. All right. No, trust me though. Like I may sound like I'm joking, but the team will ultimately be better than it was before, and I have tested it to prove it. So you know, trust me. So we got here Snorlax. We got here Body Slam, Crunch, Rest, Curse. All right. Now we're gonna go with 144 HP. This is the exact same set that I used on the one live from Pokemon Trainer Red, where I used the team and won OU battles on the high ladder with Pokemon Trainer Red's team. Yeah, I don't even know how I did that, but this is the set from there, and it's really good. You can actually take teams by surprise with this thing. After even like one curse, this Pokemon, like look at it. I mean, its speed doesn't have to be good. Look at that. Look at those defenses. Plus, after one curse, this thing goes up. This thing goes up. And you have Rest. I mean, you don't really need Sleep Talk. I have Crunch here in order to have that extra coverage to hit Ghost types. I mean, that's what I feel like is good for this team. But I mean, yeah, you don't really need Sleep Talk. Like once you're set up enough, you're set up, and yeah, it's over. You have nicknames on all your Pokemon. I'm gonna name this thing Jabba. Jabba. Like you know, Landolo, like Lando, like, I guess, or Han Solo. Jabba. Jabba the Hutt. Anyways, yeah, enough jokes. But I got here. Okay, so what I want to do now is actually change the EV spread here to the standard spread. 72 has a purpose. I mean, I'm not gonna explain it right now for the sake of saving time, but definitely use that. That is fine. That is fine. That is fine. Here's what we're gonna do, right? I'm gonna give you a set. I'm gonna give you a set. Alright? Time to change this Magnezone into a Heat Magnezone. I'm gonna go 88 here. And now what we're gonna do, so this outruns Belly Drum Azu by 1 point. And plus it lives Aqua Jet from full. It lives Aqua Jet from full HP. And you have Healing Wish to assure that. So even though this team may look weak to Keldeo, you have ways of beating it. Like for example, Azu switches in and Belly Drum, say for instance. Then basically what happens is you have a couple options. You can basically stay in and attack it and weaken it and try to kill it. Or let's say you're in on Laddie and it tries to set up, you can Healing Wish into Mag, get back at that full HP and kill it, and kill Azu. Or you can intimidate it, and -5 Azu definitely does not kill Magnezone. So not -5 but +5 Azu. +6 is like a little chance, but you have to be at full HP, and +5 does not. So yeah, there's a difference there. But here's what I'm gonna do, right? Leftovers, Magnet Pull, right? And here's what we're gonna do with we're gonna go with Discharge, Charge Beam, Flash Cannon, Substitute. Check this set out. I actually found a guy on the ladder using this set, and I'm not gonna lie, it actually works. It actually works. And yeah, let me just give this 0. I didn't do it for the teams, but I'll probably do it for the importables. Basically, this set here, you trap Ferrothorn or any sort of steel type. You sub on them if they can't really break through your sub. You set up charge beams and you make sure you're behind the sub so that when you kill it, you can kill the next Pokemon that comes in assured. And many times that Pokemon is the Pokemon that they have to beat Magnezone, so they basically just sack their check or counter and you win. Very cool set. I'm I actually used a set like this back in Gen 5. I didn't think it would work in X or in ORAS, but it actually ended up doing it with testing. So this team is definitely interesting. Has a little bit of heat on it, but don't let that discourage you. This team is very cool, very fun team to use, and you just gotta play around ahhh. I don't really see many other threats. Yeah, just play your best with this team. I hope this works out for you. The squad has been pimped. Just making sure I did not miss anything. I don't think I did. I don't think I missed anything. We have all the natures. Oh, one more thing. Yeah. We did miss something. Modest Keldeo is fine. I would though recommend Timid Nature just because it's just better overall in terms of outrunning stuff. And I mean, you don't really have. I'm not sure like what Modest would do that Timid can't already do. You know what I mean? I think this set is fine the way it is. So yeah, that's all I really got for this team. Alright, so basically just a recap, we changed Dynasty's EVs. We changed that double scarf instead into Rocky Helmet Lando T with rocks. We changed the EVs on Lottie, changed Magnezone set, and replaced Chansey for Snorlax, which I'm sure a lot of people would appreciate, but I mean, Chansey's Chansey, it does its job well, but this Snorlax is unique and also does a pretty good job as well. So hope you enjoy this team. Let us move on to the next one. Okay, team number 6 is from Sork. We have here Thundurus, Nasty Plot 3 attacks. Alright, cool. Respectable. Keldeo, which is a Life Orb attacker. Scald, Secret Sword, Rest and Sleep Talk. Interesting indeed. Tornadus Therian, which is an Assault Vest set. Pretty standard. Okay, so Mega Metagross here, which is another standard set, pretty cool, with the Bullet Punch, which is nice. Analytics Starmie for rapid spinning, and Garchomp for setting up rocks. Request was to keep the Thundurus, the Nasty Plot Thundurus. So we're definitely gonna keep that. We're not gonna change anything about that. Now, some threats that I can see for this team are indeed Mega Manectric, which is the biggest threat I think to your team because HP Ice will murder Garchomp. And Garchomp's a Stealth Rock lead or Stealth Rock Pokemon, so this thing, I mean, you have to expect it to get worn down, and Mega Manectric can actually clean up later, so definitely a threat. Charizard X is also kind of a threat too. Actually, Charizard X is a pretty big threat because I mean, you only have Garchomp as your Charizard X counter, and you don't have T-Wave on Thundurus either, so that's another thing you have to watch out for. I think also Mega Gallade's a threat, not as used as often as those other two, but still. Let's patch the team up in the sense that we can beat those, at least the first two threats, Mega Manectric and Charizard X. Let's patch this team up. So here's what we're gonna do, right? I want to keep Thundurus because you said so. I want to keep Keldeo, and I want to keep your Mega Pokemon. I feel that we can start off with for now. Here's what we're gonna do, right? In order to beat our Mega Manectric and Charizard X weakness, we can replace Garchomp for Hippowdon, I think would be good. I mean, it may slow down a little bit, but in the long run, thinking long term, it's gonna be much better for you when you're up against those kinds of Pokemon. Much more solid choice. Now, yeah, we'll just go with standard set leftovers, Sandstream with Earthquake, Stone Edge, Slack Off, and of course the one true Stealth Rocks with max HP. 112 and 140. Impish Nature, very nice. So that's gonna be good. And I think now what we're gonna do is delete this, delete that. Let's keep these 4 so far. Now we're gonna have to add a Defogger to the team, or a Rapid Spinner, of course, in order to make up for the fact that we lost Starmie just now. Here's what we're gonna do, right? In order to make up for that, what we can do is add Mew. I feel Mew is really solid for this team because of the fact that the specific spread that I'm gonna give you. All right, so we're gonna go standard moves here, right? This is the Defog Mew set. Definitely, this set's gonna be really good in order to beat a lot of Pokemon. Like Mew is just a very, it's there, it's there a lot in the tier. But many times just people are just unprepared for it. Why did I keep trying to type calm there? Many times people are just so unprepared for it, even though it's like around a decent amount now in the OU tier. A lot of teams are just unprepared for like a Will-O-Wisp Mew. It just destroys their team, and it's very good, very annoying to beat. This spread basically allows you not to get 2-hit KO by anything Lopunny has, not to get 2-hit KO by anything Special Altaria has, and it applies to many other Pokemon. So all of those like a 3-hit KO, I think. So it's very solid set that I just gave you right now. So definitely should be good for you overall, especially for the team. You know, beats Mega Venusaur pretty nicely, much more reliably than I guess Starmie did. And now finally, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. So you said keep Thundurus. I have a really good idea. I have a very good idea. Because of the fact that you're running Scald Secret Sword, right? Lati is an easy Pokemon just to switch into this. So something like a Pursuit Trapper would be really nice. Also, I guess to help out Thundurus, because with this set, because you're running Leftovers, the damage output is not as great. Lati can still switch in on this, and Lati can still take an HP Ice even after a Nasty Plot, I'm pretty sure. Especially since you're running Leftovers. So what we can do is we can change your Mega. Now we're gonna keep the same Pokemon. I have a really good idea here. We are going to change this Metagross, right? We're gonna give it a regular Metagross with Assault Vest. Alright? With Meteor Mash, Bullet Punch, Earthquake, and Pursuit. Max HP, 160 attack, 96 speed def. Nice and standard Assault Vest set. And there it is. So now what we can do, right, is we can switch this thing on Latis or anything else like that. Pursuit Trap them. Right? We can Pursuit Trap them, and Keldeo can just spam moves. And so can Thundurus after setting up Nasty Plot or just clicking moves. So this can be very beneficial to the team, I feel. And, you know, we can keep Hippo, keep Mew. They're very nice as well. And I like this a lot, actually. This is looking really good. And finally, I think what we can do is, since we are short of a Mega, we can now add a Mega. So in order now, we can now beat. So we have Hippo, which can deal with which can deal with Mega Manectric and Char X. We can alleviate some of that pressure on Hippo by adding a Mega Altaria, which can deal with Char X as well as Mega Gallade. So that's going to be really good for this team, I feel. And we can give it Cloud9 to start it off. Return. I want to go with the okay, so we have a few options here, right? I definitely want Dragon Dance. I definitely want Roost, right? So we start off with this, right? The movesets. Oh, let me just do the EVs real quick. Let's just do the EVs here, and we can explain. I can explain the set really quickly to you. So, quickly to you guys. So we have this EV spread here with the Impish Nature. Nice defensive set. It's basically that one. I think it's the set name is called like King DDD or something. I'm pretty sure, but it's a very fat set, very bulky. Give it a little extra speed in order so that we can outrun Rotom Wash it sets its speed to 208, I think. And we have an option to either run Return and Heal Bell. If you want, you can run, or you can try Facade and Fire Blast. You can try Return and Earthquake. Like, there's many options for these two. I like. I'm just gonna go with this for now. I think Heal Bell would be beneficial in order to remove any burn on Metagross. Maybe wake up your Keldeo a bit early. Anything like that. Help Hippo if he gets burned. I think this is really good. So yeah, with this I think this team is looking pretty nice. It seems very nice. I did test it out a bit. It worked out really well for me. Didn't lose with this team. I think I lost once to Hacks, but that's it. That's pretty much it. This team's great. I like the team a lot. So hope you enjoyed as well. We did remove the threats that I said that were there, and we made the team looking more crisp, I guess you could say, or more solid overall in general. A lot of pressure was alleviated from a certain Pokemon and put onto other ones. Just spread out a little bit. So I think this is nice. Hope you enjoy the team, and just make sure I didn't miss anything. I did not. I don't think I did. So we are good. So let's go ahead and hop on to the next team. Alright, and we got our next team here from Michael. We got here Mega Absol Squad. Very nice. Very underrated Pokemon, Mega Absol, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to, I guess, pimp this squad for this episode. Mega Absol is really cool. We are missing a little bit of EVs here. Let's just add that. So here's what we got. We got SD Mega Absol. We got Choice Scarf Heatran. Very cool. We got a Quagsire. Alright. We got Mandibuzz for defogging, Celebi for setting up rocks, and a Choice Specs Sylveon. Alright, so I can see some threats here right now. I can see definitely Heatran's a huge threat for this team, just because, especially if it's like an offensive trend too. Quagsire can't really deal with an offensive trend, especially if it has a move that hits it super effectively, like Solar Beam, Power Herb Trend or something. Saw Breaker Trend. Yeah, I can definitely see Heatran as a problem. I can definitely see Tyranitar also as a problem, especially if it's like Bantar or something. Bantar just destroys this team. Kyurem Black is a threat. I mean, it's always a threat to many teams, but for this one specifically, it's a pretty big threat. And Offensive Chomp. Offensive Garchomp, I think, is also a threat. That's about it, I think. Not too many threats, but those are 4 big ones. Big ones we have to fix those. We can also alleviate some of the pressure on each Mon, as you requested. You thought that a lot of the Pokemon were pressured a lot, I guess, in the sense that they were dealing, I guess, taking on too many Pokemon at a time, or they were meant to take on too many Pokemon. That you wanted me to help you alleviate some of that pressure. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to also help you add some momentum for the team. Some momentum will be really nice for you, especially since Mega Absol is a very fast Pokemon, and I feel that this team is taking away from its potential, because you have Quagsire, Mandibuzz, Celebi. I mean, Heatran's fast, but and Sylveon's kind of slow. But Mega Absol, I mean, it needs some slow partners, and it needs some fast partners, and it definitely needs some momentum. Momentum is so nice with Mega Absol, so I'm gonna help you out, bro. I'm gonna help you out with this. So what we're gonna do here is we are going to, first off, I want to keep these 3 Pokemon. I want to keep Absol, Heatran, and Sylveon. I want to take out Quagsire. I want to take out Mandibuzz. I want to take out Celebi. Just for now. We'll see what happens. But I want to go ahead here. Keep Mega Absol the same. It's your Mega. It is the Pokemon you built this team around, so we're not going to touch it, other than for me adding those EVs. Like, little bit of EVs. Probably didn't matter, but it's fine. Heatran, we're going to change. So we're going to give it Leftovers. Going to give it a Stealth Rock set. Pretty standard with Lava Plume, Taunt, and Toxic. With the standard EV spread. 248. And what else was that? It was 180 and 80 speed. Pretty nice. Calm Nature, and that's that. So I feel that these 3 Pokemon work really well together. I also want to change Sylveon. So here's the thing, right? Mega Absol is a Magic Bouncer. We don't necessarily need Hazard Control in Mandibuzz if we change Sylveon to a Wish Passing Cleric user. So we're going to do that right now. We have a Magic Bouncing Mega Absol. That's probably all we really need, just to bounce back hazards. I mean, as long as we're not Hazard Weak, we're fine. Let me just change these IVs here. Because we're going to be running Hyper Voice, of course, Heal Bell, Wish, and Protect, I think is fine. With the EV spread of 248 HP, 216 defense, and Bold Nature, of course. Oops, my bad, I clicked Bashful. I guess he's a different nature today. And yeah, there we go. Alright, so we have this this wonderful classy Pokemon. Classier than Clefable, of course, in terms of Wish Passing, but it's pretty cool. Does its job well as a Wish Passing Cleric user. And now, like I said, we're going to add some momentum. Momentum is really good for the team, just because you turning Volt Switching, and then let's say you're predicting a sort of field move or a status move, boom, Mega Absol bounce back. So it's going to be very good. It's going to be very good overall. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to add Rotom Wash, and we're going to add Lando T as a core together. So Lando T Rotom Wash goes really well with the team, and with Rotom Wash, I mean, we can just go with a defensive set. So 248, 252, and 8 speed. And now, just a Bull Nature here. Standard set, Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split. Let's go with Rocky Helmet. Let's change it up. let's give it a Rocky Helmet here. Because I feel like Lando can be scarfed. Choice Scarf Lando here with Earthquake, Stone Edge, Knockoff, and U-Turn. With Max 4. Oh man. To actually put 2,524 EVs into speed, that'd be crazy. All right, anyways, Jolly Nature here. And there it is. All right, so we got these two Pokemon. They're gonna be fulfilling the roles as Momentum, and they're just good Pokemon in general. With Mega Absol, Sylveon here. Now that we actually have a more defensively oriented Sylveon, no longer weak to Kyurem Black because we're not 2-hit KO'd by Ice Beam nor Fusion Bolt. Versus T-Tar, I mean, this thing is pretty good versus Scarftar, I think, as well as, I mean, we have Rotom Wash, we have Lando T versus T-Tar. Versus Heatran, we have Rotom Wash, we have Lando T. I guess it can check it pretty nicely. Heatran, maybe we can. I mean, we have Absol, which is pretty good. I mean, Heatran can't really switch in on Absol too well because of the fact that many of them are Spadef sets. Knockoff's gonna be doing a lot of damage, weakening it. I mean, it's pretty nice. If you want, like, if you still feel that you're weak to Heatran, feel free to run like Earth Power over Toxic or something. Up to you, whatever makes you feel more comfortable. But I think this is fine. And for a final Pokemon, I think we can add on this team, right? Since I'm thinking the team's a little bit weak to Breloom right now, just a little bit, we can add a Toxicroak. So Toxicroak here, this following set here with Life Orb here, Dry Skin, Drain Punch, Gunk Shot, Sucker Punch, and Swords Dance with 144 in HP, 128 attack, and 236 speed. Hits 265, which outruns anything that's 264 to outspeed Jolly Breloom, Jolly Bisharp. Has some nice HP bulk, so you don't have to worry about taking as much damage as you would by running Max. Adamant Nature here, so yeah, that's the set here. So this should take care of, or this should patch up the team pretty nicely. Helps versus Keldeo as well. Can, with the Dry Skin, checks Azu pretty nicely. And yeah, pretty much the pressure that you said that you needed alleviated is alleviated. So that's pretty much it for this team. I like it. It's a very nice team, and I mean, we are not too weak to anything anymore. I did test the team out, a lot of fun to use, very fun actually. Yeah, this team is actually a lot of fun with Absol and Volturn combination, healing your Pokemon up, keeping everything healthy, and just killing everything. It's fun, and Mega Absol can indeed sweep. So I hope you enjoy this team. Let me know if you have any questions about it, and let us hop on to the next team. Alright guys, we are now on team number 8 with this nice Diggersby squad. Very cool, very cool. So we have here Diggersby, we got here Entei, Raikou. So this is SD Diggersby, by the way. Assault Vest Entei. Zaplight Raikou, okay. Cobalion, which is our Stealth Rocker. Mega Scizor with the SD Roost, pretty standard set. And Lottie for defogging. Alright, cool. So, we do have some threats. Zardex was one of the threats that you pointed out. Definitely a threat for this team. Let's see here. Dragon Dancing Feraligatr. Actually, Feraligatr can be pretty threatening to your team overall. Gliscor, SD Gliscor is a threat. Gallade, Hoopa seems pretty threatening. Garchomp, Dragon Dancing Gyarados. I mean, I think you get the idea, but there are some threats. We'll definitely fix this team up for you. I feel that we should keep Diggersby, Entei, which, like you said, we required to keep. You gave me that condition. Gotta keep Diggersby and Entei, so we are going to do that. Keep Scizor. Keep Lottie. Let's delete these last two Pokemon. So let's start off with these, right? Let's start off with these Pokemon. Keep Diggersby the way it is. We'll do that. We'll keep Entei just the way it is. We'll keep Scizor the way it is. And let's keep Lottie for the way it is for right now, I think. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna swap Cobalion for Landoti for purposes of rocks. And by doing that, by replacing it for a defensive Landoti with Rocky Helmet, of course, standard Emvee, we can now give this Earthquake, U-turn, Stone Edge, Stealth Rocks, standard. I'll just go max this time. 240, 8 with Impish Nature. And with this Pokemon now, right, we can deal with Zard X pretty nicely. We can deal with Gallade also, I think, Garchomp, and I guess sort of check Dragon Dancing Gyarados. Well, yeah, just a little bit. With the Intimidate at least. We have other Pokemon that can, well, not yet, but we're going to have other Pokemon for Gyarados at least. Yeah, but Landoti can actually really help you out with your Zardex weakness, which you said was the biggest weakness to your team that you felt, of course. So that should help you out. Now, our last Pokemon that we're gonna add will help you patch up the rest of your team's weaknesses. That being, I guess, can help you check for Alligator, help you beat Gliscor, help you beat. It can help you beat Gyarados too. Yeah. Dragon Dancing Mega Gyarados, yeah, could definitely help you beat that. So we're gonna add here. Oops, did not mean to delete that. We are going to add an Azumarill. The reason is, of course, like I said, it patches up the weaknesses to your team, gives you a good look at this amount of priority you have on this team, which means you don't even need a Choice Scarf user because you have a Diggersby with SD Quick Attack, E-Speed Entei, Bullet Punch SD Scizor, Bandit Azu. I think you're fine now. I think the team's gonna be really good for you. Let's give it Play Rough, Waterfall, Aqua Jet, and Superpower. Nice. 88 HP, 252 attack, and rest of speed. I love this EV spread, especially since, like I said earlier, when I used Bandit Azu on the other team, where it basically allows you to outrun lets you outrun Belly Drum Azu with your Bandit Azu. You know, you can live in Aqua Jet and you're faster, so you can kill it with Play Rough. Always fun. So let's give it an Adamant Nature. And sorry if it does seem like I'm losing my voice. I'm not sure if I am or not, because I have these nice new headset on, so I can't really hear my own voice too well. I mean, I can hear my own voice, but I can't tell if I'm losing my voice or not. It's been like an hour now, almost. I don't even know the time, but whatever I can do to help you guys out with your teams, like I'm here for you guys, man. Like or girl, or I don't know, like whoever my audience is right now that is watching this, just know that I'm here to help. And these teams, like, even if I'm not editing your team right now, feel free to just take these teams and use them for yourselves. Like, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm just here to help. Anyways, I don't know how I feel about Life Orb Lottie that can't really touch Slowbro, so I want to just put Draco and I want to put Psyshock standard set here. And other than that, I think we are fine. It is late at night right now. Sorry if I'm just rambling sometimes, or if I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, I think we're fine. I think we're perfectly fine here. Yep, looks good. Definitely good. So I don't see much else that we need to fix. I think everything is good. So I hope you enjoyed this team, Jack, and without further ado, let us hop on to team number 9. We got 2 left. This is a little bit of a longer episode, I think. So, I mean, it's New Year's. It's almost New Year's, so it's almost the new year. So we're gonna end strong. So let's get to the next team. All right, and we got team number 9 here. So we have here Mega Charizard X. All right, really cool. Gengar, Lottie, which is our Defogger, Starmie, which is not a Rapid Spinner. Okay. Clefable, which is our Stealth Rocker, and Assault Vest Azu. Alright, so immediately I can already see some threats here. So we have threats consisting of Mega Pinsir, Mega Gardevoir, Torn T is also a pretty big threat. Talonflame is a huge threat, my friend, because we have only Azu to deal with Talonflame, and I mean, SD Talonflame will just rip this team apart, in all honesty. And we don't even have a move that hits it neutrally with Charizard, so we'll definitely fix that. And I think Superior is also a threat. Leaf Storm plus Dragon Pulse pretty much kills everything. Nothing can really switch in on Superior. I mean, you'd have to like make sure Zard is at a good amount of health and then not Mega Evolve or something like that. So, I don't know. I feel like we could start this team off by getting rid of some overlapping Pokemon, like Lati and Starmie. Like this is kind of overlapping together, so we can get rid of that. And then these two are kind of overlapping together, so we can get rid of that and keep these four. I kind of want you to try Zard Y for this team. I feel like Zard Y would be very, very beneficial. And you don't even have to set up. You just bring it in, spam a move. I think you will like the set. I think you'll like Zard Y for this team. Because you just have to bring it in and it just does work without having to set up. So Roost here, and plus it beats Superior pretty nicely. Talonflame, not Talonflame. Sorry, Timid. I don't know why I thought Talonflame when I clicked Timid, but anyways, max, just a max spread with 4 Spadef. So I mean, Leaf Storm's gonna do like literally 15 to 20%. That's it, and then you live Dragon Pulse and you kill this thing with Fire Blast. Yeah, plus you have Gengar, which can check it, I guess. I'm gonna give you a different Gengar set though. I'm gonna give you Black Sludge, just a more interesting set. Hex, Sludge Wave, Taunt, and Wisp. That's a pretty good set. I like the set, especially since it does beat Poison Gliscor, I think, with Hex. Lati, we can keep the same since we're gonna keep Clef, right? I think what we can do is give this Clef a Calm, like sorry, not Calm, but Calm Mind. I like Calm Mind Clef here. The EV spread is, I mean, yeah, I guess you can keep this EV spread. I don't see, like, I like running a little bit of more Spadef on this Clef just because of certain Pokemon, but you can just, it doesn't matter, you can run max, like, almost max defense here if you want. I'm trying to think what were the EVs on it. It was like a Calm Nature, but if this is working out for you, then by all means, dude, just go for it, dude. Just go for it, man. Just YOLO it. Earthquake here is fine, just because of the fact that, well, with Hasty Nature, of course. Hasty Nature. An Earthquake, yep. So basically this allows you to take Heatran by surprise, kill that, and then Clef has an easier time, I guess. Also helps you with using Earthquake to kill Tran for Gengar as well, and Charizard always appreciates a Spadef Tran gone, so yeah, that's also good for the team, beneficial. And I mean, you could always fix the nicknames. Sorry if I changed them, but anyways, we are in need of a Stealth Rocker, so I think Ferrothorn works well. Ferrothorn works good for this team. Helps versus your, I guess, Gardevoir weakness, sort of, so we can just go with like a Choppleberry Ferrothorn with Relax Nature, Power Whip, Gyro Ball, Leech, and Rocks. And now we are going to choose a Pokemon that is able to check Talonflame and check Mega Pinsir and, oh my bad, I have to put the EVs. Standard EV spread. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, so that's fine. Yep, pretty good. And now we just have to have a Pokemon that can check Pinsir, Talonflame, maybe Torn, sort of. Well, not really Torn. We have Charizard Y actually is a, because we have Charizard Y now instead of Charizard X, this is actually a Torn check because of the fact that Sun causes Hurricane to be 50%. So that's gonna be like it's gonna be a pretty good switch in into Torn. Yeah, nice, nice. Alright, so I want to add a Hippo. Hippo's fine. Can deal with Talonflame pretty nicely. Can deal with Mega Pincer pretty nicely if we're running a defensive set, which we are. So we're going to have here Leftovers, Sandstream. Because of the fact that we are running rocks here, to be honest, like, I don't usually run rock spikes in a defogger. You can if you want. Like, you could have, like, what I was thinking was, alright, so let's say we have Earthquake, Stone Edge, Slack Off, and Whirlwind, right? We could have something like that instead of rocks, since we have rocks on Ferrothorn. Or if you don't want Whirlwind, because I like Whirlwind since it does phase out in case we like repeatedly miss Stone Edges, as a bulk up Talonflame just keeps bulk upping, if that's a word. But let's go Impish here. Let me just set the EV spread real quick and then I'll explain. 112. So let's say, like, I mean, you could run Whirlwind here in order to phase out Pokemon that you don't want setting up if you're in a tight predicament. Or you could have Stealth Rocks, Spikes, and try something like that, I guess. I mean, you could do something like this too. I'll leave it as this for now, but you know, you have options. You have some options here, but I think this will definitely cover up at least the majority of your threats that I said that you had. Yeah, I think this is fine. This is perfectly fine, I think. Should be good for you. But, you know, of course, as usual, if you're having problems, let me know in the comments. Let me know anywhere. Doesn't matter. But this should definitely be more solid for you overall. And yeah, that's what I got for this team. So hope you enjoy it. And we got one more team left. We got one more team. So here we go. On to the last team for this episode of Pimp My Squad. Alright guys, so we got team number 10 from Jack Baldwin. We got here a Mega Heracross squad. Very underrated OU Mega. And I'm excited to pimp this squad actually, because Mega Heracross is a really cool Pokemon. And we have here Mega Heracross with a sub 3 attacks. So that's the first Pokemon here. Heatran for rocks. Talonflame, which is a Tailwind set, I guess, to make Mega Heracross faster for a couple turns. Lottie for defogging, healing, wishing. Interesting set though with Psyshock and Earthquake. We might change that. Clefable, which is our unaware Pokemon. Interesting, you don't see unaware Clef with Moonblast. Oh, sorry, not Moonblast, but Flamethrower. Not always, I guess. And Weavile. Okay. So I can immediately see some pretty big threats. Sand Excadrill actually just 6-0s this team. Big water types like Azu, Swampert, Feraligatr, Mega Gyarados can also pack a punch and be very troublesome for this team overall. So we are going to keep Heracross. We are going to keep Heatran. I think we are going to also keep Lottie. And we're going to keep Weavile. Alright, we're going to keep these 4 Pokemon, alright? Definitely we're going to keep Mega Heracross. This is the Pokemon you built this team around, and it's a cool Pokemon. I like Mega Heracross. The only thing I'm going to change is the moveset a little bit. I don't think you need Bullet Seed, because Bullet Seed is only for like bulky waters, right? And Pin Missile will probably kill those anyways, like Slowbro. Close Combat will nuke them, so you could probably have Rock Blast in order to hit flying types like Talonflame. For more damage, lot more damage, like Dragonite, I guess, just any flying type in general, and Swords Dance to be the best stall breaker you can be. I like this a lot. Jolly Nature is good here, by the way, just so you know. Yeah, we're good with Heracross here. Let's check out Heatran now. EV spread we're gonna change a little bit, so 248. Don't need that. 180. And 80 with Calm Nature. Very nice. And I think I am losing my voice right now. I'm gonna have to sleep it off. But anyways, Lava Plume here. Earth Power I think is good. Taunt and Stealth Rocks. Earth Power just because well, we're changing this. We're keeping Psyshock. We're max defense though. Interesting. We're gonna go with Life Orb here. We're gonna go with pretty standard set of 72 HP, 184, and 252 with timid. Nice and timid nature. Alright, so we got that. Draco. I like Draco here. Earth Power because, you know, can hit other trans. Especially for a kind of team like this, which has limited trans switch-ins. I think Earth Power on Tran is good in order to beat other Heat trans. Now, Weavile, we keep, right? Definitely. But I definitely want Icicle Crash on this. We can definitely replace Low Kick. I think Icicle Crash is much more worth it than Low Kick for this team. Specifically because you do have a Mega Heracross, right? Low Kick is only to hit Ferrothorns, which Mega Heracross Heatran beat. To hit Heatrans, which Mega Heracross and Heatran beat. I mean, Knockoff just does pretty much the same. I guess in terms of like, it does a lot of damage. Icicle Crash is really useful though with that nice flinch chance, and then you have Ice Shard there too. So that is that. Now, what else? Let's get rid of these guys. So we're gonna fix the team now. We're gonna patch up that water weakness that we had, as well as have something to beat Sand Drill. First thing that comes to mind here, let's focus on those water type Pokemon first. So let's add a Tangrowth. Nice Tangrowth here is gonna be good for your team. Assault Vest with the Regenerator, Giga Drain, Knockoff, Earthquake, Hidden Power Ice. Just a really solid Pokemon overall. Definitely recommend it. Should patch up your team quite well. Alright, so yeah, try this out. This is pretty good. Just good coverage. I mean, you can catch Pokemon on the Switch pretty easily. The Assault Vest, of course, comes in handy, and I mean, it has good coverage. Look at this. Giga Drain, Knockoff, Earthquake, HP Ice. Pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, you could try Rock Slide even if you want. You could try HP Fire. I mean, there's other options for this last slot, but I mean, it's whatever works best for you. I felt that this was pretty useful, so you know, try that out. And finally, let's just add a Scarflando. Scarflando is a pretty easy patch here. So Choice Scarf, Earthquake, Stone Edge. Oops, not Stealth Rock. Stone Edge, Knockoff, U-Turn. Seems fine for now. I mean, you could tweak it and see what how it goes, but this is good. This is good. I like it. All right, there we go. So yeah, this basically, so Lando here helps you deal with Drill pretty nicely. Lando can also intimidate other Pokemon, help you not get full damage output from certain Pokemon. Tangrowth here can help you with the Pokemon like Azu, Swampert, Feraligatr, Gyarados. And I think everything else, it was just basically just EV changes, some moveset changes and stuff, just to make your team better overall, I think. So this should be fine. Let me know what you think, and I hope it works out for you. I mean, I've tested, it's like all the teams I've tested, and they've been working well for me, but sometimes what works well for me may not work well for others. In those kinds of cases, I mean, you know, you just gotta tell me what you're weak against or what you're struggling against, and you know, I'm always there to help, so I'm a nice guy. But yeah, let me just put completed. And that is gonna be it. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did, but all the importables will be in the description of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 3. This is the episode that I put right before the year ended, at least in my time zone, that is. Look at this. Look at these squads. I had a lot of fun using these and testing these out. Not gonna lie. But, you know, like I said, go ahead and drop off a Pastebin in the description, not the description, but in the comments of what you are wanting to, I guess, or what you need help with. I'm losing my words right now. It's late. Like, this video has been going on for over an hour now, but yeah, definitely really appreciate all the support from you guys, and feel free to just grab these teams, try them out, and have fun. Let me know if you have any questions. What else do I want to say? Oh, have a happy new year, by the way, everybody. Hope you're all partying, having fun, and you know, just thank you all for being here. So peace, guys.